Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hi, my name is Derek, and this is channel is High Five Resale Shop. It's where I buy and sell stuff on eBay, and I've been doing it for about 17 years now. On eBay, I started out with Amazon way back when Amazon was more seller devoted and a better place to sell. And then later on, I became an eBay seller. Even though I didn't really like eBay, I decided to give it a shot when Amazon kicked me off, which is a story unto itself. But I go through the stuff that I sold over the weekend, so kind of a slow weekend for me. We sold 15 items, not awesome, but not that bad either. We had a pretty good day on Sunday here. And then pretty average days on Friday and Saturday. Friday was better than Saturday, and then Sunday kind of redeemed the whole weekend with a couple of higher dollar items. And a little bit about the store, in case you haven't watched the video before. Like I said, 17 years. I quit my job not this last December, but the December before, December 7th. What would that have been? 22. I was working for Old Navy, and I just decided I didn't want to do that anymore, and decided I was going to devote my time to online reselling. I got a small business loan to tide me over so I could pay my bills while I got it rolling. I started to get it rolling, and the rest is basically history. Been able to pay the housing bills for the last few months with eBay. I'm not one of the biggest sellers on eBay or anything like that. I've just been doing it a long time, and I've never really attempted to make it a full-time operation until now. I started my eBay operation basically with a sports memorabilia auction. I can't remember exactly when that was. It had to have been probably about 2010, 2011. And we did a really successful sports memorabilia auction for a lady who her boyfriend worked at Wrigley Field over the course of 30 years. And we really had a lot of stuff of hers to sell, and we kind of always done a halvesies kind of sale. So half goes to the customer and the other half to us, but we're paying all the eBay fees and the shipping and doing all the work, and the other person, all they have to do is inventory the stuff before they give it to us, and sometimes they do or don't do that, and or then just give it to us and we start listing it. In that case, I did all the sports memorabilia stuff because I knew that frontward and backward. I've been collecting sports memorabilia since I was a child, and have a really good understanding of it. And so we waited until the end, and we had a whole box of these vintage t-shirts that I really didn't think anybody would want. Some of them had stains on them. They all smell like grandma's basement. But I put them all up one at a time on auction on eBay, and lo and behold, they sold for $40, $50, $60 a piece. So I was like, there's got to be something here. So then after that, my wife and I would go to the thrift store down the street, and we started pulling just anything sports related, clothing related, clothing with sports related stuff on it, and everything would sell. Some of it not as well. You wouldn't get quite as much as some of the other stuff. We're like, this is something here. I was still working a regular job at the time, so I was looking at the men's dress shirts, and I started to realize which ones were the good ones and which ones were the the Kmart and Target and Walmart brand. And I found out which ones were really good. And at that point, way back then, thrift stores weren't really interested in setting stuff aside. They just put it all out on the racks. So sometimes I would find like Burberry stuff, and always would find Polo and Tommy Hilfiger and stuff like that. But occasionally you'd find a luxury brand just sitting out on the shelf. So that went on for a few years, and we just started adding to what we did. My wife would go through the women's clothes, I would go through the men's clothes. And then somehow along the way, because I did most of the listing, I just started to gain this knowledge about women's clothing. And so that became basically my forte, or the thing I did the most was women's clothing, because it's just sold more than the men's clothing for some reason. Maybe I wasn't looking for the right kinds of men's clothing, but because I know there's a lot of people out there that don't even do women's clothing, they just do men's clothing. So everything has a place on eBay. And so I learned a lot about women's clothing and how to list it and all the little nuances here and there about it. And I became a really good women's clothing seller. And then when we were on our way from leaving Chicago, we were on our way out from there. We had branched off into storage lockers and buying storage lockers. So we started selling a lot more furniture. And I started paying less and less attention to my eBay store. I've never shut my eBay store down. It always paid enough, or I always made enough to pay the simple fees for the store and things of that nature, which I find very amusing, because that I wasn't even doing anything with it, and just enough would sell to pay for the store fee. So that made an easy choice to just keep it open, because it always just paid for itself. But there were times there when I was working in retail the last 5 or 6 years, in which my wife and I discussed shutting it down. Is it even worth doing anymore? And had I put any effort into it, I would have probably had great numbers. Hearing how other eBay sellers on YouTube talk, like those were the glory years, I guess. I don't know, because I wasn't really paying any attention. I was trying to just make enough money for my family to survive. So we had moved from Chicago to Missouri about 6 years ago, about 5.5, 6 years ago. And when I did that, and I closed all my businesses in Chicago, the eBay business and the storage locker buying business and the estate sale business and the estate clean out business, I didn't have the money to restart those when I got here to Springfield. So we tried to make ends meet whichever way we could. And eBay was there, and we tried right when we moved here. I had still a lot of dead stock inventory that I hadn't put up, and I probably chose the wrong things to put up. I probably should have just went with the clothing, but I went with the knickknacks and stuff, because at that point I had been I've been working with knickknacks for about a year or 2 years, trying to get those moving, and I had forgotten about the clothes. So that's what happened. And then we moved here, and I thought I could Uber and do eBay, and Ubering here is not a thing. And I worked 9 hours to make $100 Ubering here, which left no time in the day to do any eBay stuff. So I had to pick like 2 days of the week to eBay, and then 3 days of the week to Uber. And it just kept me away from my family as much as just getting a regular job would. So and there's more room for advancement in a regular job. So I just decided to go back to retail. That being said, we got to where we found a home, bought a house here in Missouri came here with like no money in our pocket. We have a good couple of people behind us. My in-laws are fantastic, and they're right behind us, helping us out every chance they get. And we made it to where we were able to buy a house, and we're in a good spot right now. So I decided it seemed like the right time, and then right at the same time as I decided to quit working, my wife decided she wanted to go back to work. So she started doing her therapy practice again. So counseling and therapy. So it all works out for everybody, and I'm basically a stay-at-home dad who does eBay on the side. I try to say I'm full-time, but shout out to Tech and Sports. He says if you don't put in full-time effort, if you put in full-time effort, you get full-time results. If you put part-time effort in, you put part-time results. And I think that's what I get. I get somewhere between full-time and part-time, and that's the kind of results I get. I hope one day to make $300-400 a day doing eBay. I just don't have that kind of inventory in my closet per se, in my storage area. But one day I can. And I started out not picking anything. I just went straight to my death pile and grabbed bins from my death pile. But now I'm able to go source a lot more frequently. I don't do it every week. Here and there. I spent $30 today. I'll show you what I got for $30. But my success in the last year has been because of my big deal purchases. So I had the audiobooks at the beginning of last year in the garage sale season. So I got the audiobooks, which is kind of fizzled out. I may have to tweak some of those listings to kind of get that going again. Although I am in the top 1% of booksellers with audiobooks on eBay in both new and used category. So, I am a player in that market. So I got the audiobooks, right? And the next thing was the kind of small sports memorabilia auction that I had. That was small compared to the other memorabilia auction that I did, which was massive. So that small one, that did a lot. That was a good one. I haven't run the numbers recently on it, but I gotta say I made $1,000, easily $1,000 on a $350 investment. And so I easily made $1,000 on that. And I still have product left over. So there was that, and then there was the estate sale closet that I still have going, and that has been tremendous. And coming up at the end of the month, I'm going to have to give those people their first check and an invoice. And then the last thing was the CDs. And the CDs have been strong. They carried through the fourth quarter. They did a great job in the fourth quarter for me, and they're still going, although it's slowed down. So I have taken some pictures of some CDs that need to go up, and I will get them up shortly. But yeah, that's where I made my big strides this year, is on those big buys. So in what I say, if you're a smaller seller, is you got to be on the lookout for those buys that got to take you up to the next level. You got to look for them, but then when you see them, you have to have the money available to go and grab them. It'll put you into a new tier, I guess you would say. I'm going to show you the things that I bought today at my Salvation Army. I was there for an hour, probably, and this is what I grabbed for $30. So I bought this. There's 6 of them, and they're marked as $5 a piece. They're Air Care Super Wick 1041s, and they're for a humidifier. And there's 3 different models that can go in. And I used to have one of these models, and I know how they get replaced. You replace them, not frequently, but every year or so you should replace them. And the humidifier works well enough that it lasts a while. So replacement is totally an option for this. So the tag says $5, but the lady, there's 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of them, and I know she put $20 in the register when I got them. So I'm assuming that she saw them all, and I did say I had 6 of them. So I'm not trying to steal anything. I think the pink tags were something. I don't know, some kind of sale. I wasn't paying attention to that. So I got those for 6 of them for $20. It's like $3.33 a piece. So and those sell for I sold one guy who sold a single one for $14 plus $14 in shipping. I don't know if shipping is going to be that much. It might be $10. Sold one of them, so I probably do pack of 2, 2 together for I think it was $40, plus like a flat rate of $7 in shipping. I think that's somewhere around the ballpark I'll be. So I'll have 3 sets of $35 a piece. We'll see if we can sell those like that. And then I went through the media, and I got, this is from a library. It's Focus on the Family, which is Christian related company, and this one is Your Child Video Seminar, DVD and VHS, Discipline, Essentials of Discipline. So this was supposed to be $2, but I know my total was $25.42. So there's no way that I got charged full price for all of this, because each of these have like $1.50 or $2 marked on it. This one says it was $1.50. It's Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. It's like it's 10 CDs with 2 bonus CDs in it. It's from 2006. But these were selling for $10 plus shipping. And if I can't sell it to somebody, I can always gift it to somebody who needs some financial planning assistance. Those are really good. This is an audiobook. It says 50 cents. Unraveled by Julie Danes. This one is sealed. It's Mother Angelica's Private and Pithy Lessons from the Scriptures. It's sealed. So I saw this for $40 online sealed. So I'll try and get that. The other book, I think I saw it for around $20 plus shipping. And then I didn't look this one up at all, so I don't even know if this is worth anything. But this is a DVD workout set, 2 DVDs of the New York City Ballet and their complete workout. If it doesn't sell, if it's not worth putting up, I'll give it to my daughter, and maybe she'll find it interesting because she is in ballet. And then I don't normally buy stuff without a case and all that stuff, but I found this CD. It's the Beetlejuice motion picture soundtrack. So of course it's got Deo and jump in the line at the end of the movie. But I looked this up and there weren't that many online, so this might be a $60 to $70 CD. It's got some light scratches on it, but it should play. I'll probably upload it to my iTunes and make sure that it does play all the way through. Just because I'm not super confident in it, but it does look okay. I don't have any of the artwork that goes with it or anything like this. It's like Kids Bop on the back. So It wasn't meant to be in this case, but we'll try and sell it just a CD and no artwork, and we'll try and get some money off of it. And I've never seen Beetlejuice the soundtrack before, so it might be a little bit like that Doom generation. So if you're out and about and you're looking at CDs, those motion picture soundtracks are ones you might want to look up. If it's an older movie or if it's a more obscure title, sci-fi, horror, that kind of stuff probably is your best bet. They don't have a huge audience, but the audience they have, they really want that material. So that's that. Those are the things I picked up. So those, I did the division on that, and it comes out to about 83 cents a piece. That's including that big discipline seminar thing on there. So that's pretty cool. Let's go into the stuff that sold this weekend, and then we'll talk about that. So the first thing to sell was a shirt. No, it was a CD. Okay, so where are the CDs at? Where are the CDs? Oh, they're right here, right in front of me. So the first CD is OP8. This sold for $8 plus shipping. I've never heard of that. So the next item is a shirt. Old Navy shirt. Is it? No, it's Gap. Gap shirt. These 3 little dots right here on the Gap thing. I don't put it in my listing, but these 3 dots mean it came from the Gap outlet store. So if your customers ask you, is it a Gap outlet thing? So Gap owns Gap, Old Navy, and Banana Republic, and Athleta. So if it comes from an outlet store from the company, it's gonna have the 3 dots underneath the title or the name brand. So just be aware of that. That's a little bit of knowledge for you. Okay, so this sold for $8 plus shipping. The next is a CD that sold. The band name is Dawes, and it's All Your Favorite Bands. It's the name of the thing. It's new with new and sealed. It sold for $3 plus shipping. So there's that. The next thing that sold is an import TLC collection CD. I don't know anything about that. I think it's TLC singing their own songs, and it's like a greatest hits thing. $10 plus shipping. No scrubs. So there's that. Let's see here. What else do we sell? This one I don't know much about. Scary cover. Definitely a metal band. Sacred Reich Awakening. This sold for $12 plus shipping. It is new and sealed. So that was good. This one, not as great a sale, but it is a sale. So Casey Musgraves pageant material. This sold for $2.75 plus shipping. The next item is this Bucky's hat. It's like a micro corduroy hat with the buckle back, patch sewn on, emblem there, or they have a different name for it. It's cotton. This sold for $8 plus shipping. I got that at a garage sale with a bunch of other hats for like all the hats, like 12 hats for like $3 or $4. So that was a good flip on that. Straight from the garbage can, somebody dug in a garbage can and gave me a whole box of camera mounts that go on helmets and bicycles and stuff like that from the behind a local camera store. I didn't dive for them. I don't really do that. But he gave them to me, and I said, I don't know if these are worth anything. He gave me this stuff. I've sold $100 worth of this stuff already. This Contour Camera Flex strap mount. It fits a pole, 20 millimeters to 70 millimeters, and it has 2 straps. This sold for $13 plus shipping. I sold 2 other flex mounts. They sold for $50 a piece, but they had several different varieties of flex mounts in the box, so it was a good value. The next item is a sweater. It's a cable knit. Yeah, it's a cable knit sweater. It's a 1X. It sold for $10 plus shipping. It's a V-neck. It's women's. Okay, the next item. Sold quantity 2 of this item. That's a digital TV antenna. There's 2 of them in this box. It's sealed, or it's closed up. I can maybe open it up here. I bought these at a garage sale for like, I don't know, $1 or whatever. I had them sitting in my death pile for over a year. I put them up. They sold within a month. The person bought 2 of them, both of the ones I put up, and they bought them for $16 for both of them. They did ask me for an offer, and I accepted it because everything is just a widget and a way to make more money. So I can always replace that widget with another widget. The next item, this is actually from the sports memorabilia auction from like 13 years ago. So this Buffalo Bills reverse decal, it probably looks right to you guys, but it is reverse, and you put it on the inside of your car window, or inside of a window, and that sold for $14.40 plus shipping, and the shipping is really high on this, so I don't know where it's going. It might be going out of the country. I also found, when I was looking for those, I knew I had these, let me see, I can show you this one, the San Diego Chargers one, and that's old school, it's from the 60s, but I found that I had these Saints ones, so I'm going to have to put these Saints ones up online for sale. I only have 3 of them, so this San Diego Chargers one, for some reason, there's 15 of them, so anyway, I gotta look that up and make sure those get up. But I digress. Let's go back to the DVD. Next thing that sold. So for $12 plus shipping, it's the Perfect Circle. $3.60. This is sealed. DVD. This sold for $12 plus shipping. What else do we got here? We got a pair of pants. Blue Dot is the company name. Khaki pants, size 10. They just are like a wide leg kind of pant with a drawstring waist. Those sold for $10 plus shipping. The next thing is Contour Camera Helmet Mount, new in box. Fits most fabric hats. So this camera mount again came from the stuff that came out of the trash can. New in box. They were just chucking it out of their inventory. This sold for $32 plus shipping. So that's awesome. That's zero cost product because he gave it to me for free, and made over probably $150 on that stuff so far. This next item and the last item is this Indigo Soul. So it's got this little cami top that goes underneath it. It's not silk, but it's kind of silky. It's got that feel to it. And then the sheer top, it's an extra large, but it's got this floral top, floral print to it. It's really a nice piece. It came out of the estate sale closet. Those two go together, and that sold for $20 plus shipping on top. I'm gonna refresh here and see if anything else sold while we were talking, and I don't think we did. I have a set of ladies' pajamas waiting to be paid, and I actually thought those would be paid for right away, but she didn't. They were Kate Spade pajamas, and somebody gave me an offer for $20, I think. Let me go back there and see. Orders awaiting payment. Yeah, so it's $25 without shipping, and she's going to end up having to pay for shipping. She hasn't paid for it yet. So somewhere around $30 for those Kate Spade pajamas. It's like a nightgown shipped. And that's it. That's all I got. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear from any resellers out there, your take on anything that I said today. If you have any questions about what I do, I'd love to share. Leave me a comment down below. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about this page. And let's see if we can get this page over 100 subscribers. That's my goal for the next year. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye.